Say yes every day to the world and to your heart. Open up your eyes and let your spirit start. Say yes to the dreams you hold inside. Let your soul be your guide and say yes every day.
Welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. So, a few weeks ago, the publisher for the Women with Vision magazine reached out to me and asked me if I would write an article about imposter syndrome. Now, I need to give a little bit of history about the word or the term imposter syndrome. I had never heard of this until 2019 when I was moderating a women's leaders panel at the AIM Fuse conference. I was, doing some prep work and I was saying to the ladies, okay, what do we want to accomplish? And one of the ladies raised her hand and said, Laura, I've really suffered from something called imposter syndrome. And I said, really? I've never heard of that. Can you please describe it to me? And she started to describe this feeling that comes over her when she's put in situations where she's not truly an expert on that discussion point. So I listened to her and I said, okay, let me ask you a few questions during this panel discussion about imposter syndrome so that we can bring awareness to the rest of the audience. The other thing I did is I started downloading a few books, and I had one of those authors appear on my podcast at the time so that I could really dive into it. Now, here's the thing. Until that moment, I hadn't realized that I too suffer from imposter syndrome. So let's go over what is imposter syndrome. Well, what that is that countless numbers of individuals across various walks of life have this particular syndrome. What it is that it undermines our self-confidence and it robs us from acknowledging our true abilities. The imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern characterized by persistent self-doubt and the belief that one's accomplishments are merely a result of luck or deception rather than a genuine ability. Those afflicted by this syndrome often feel like they're an imposter in their own lives, fearing that they will be exposed as frauds despite evidence of their confidence or despite how many accolades they receive. See, we live in a world that constantly celebrates success and achievement. We see glamorous images and stories of accomplished individuals, leaving us with some unrealistic expectations that everyone else has it all figured out. We compare ourselves to those perceived superhumans, and when we fall short of our own expectations, we begin to doubt our own self-worth. See, imposter syndrome can manifest itself in a variety of ways. It can affect the brilliant student who feels unworthy of their academic accomplishments, attributing their success to luck rather than intelligence or hard work. It can plague the dedicated professional who dismisses praise and believes they are only pretending to be competent in their particular field. It can even impact artists and creatives who question their value of their work and fear being exposed as talentless hacks. The truth is, imposter syndrome is much more than we realize. High achievers and successful individuals often suffer from it, including some of the most accomplished people in history, Maya Angelou, Albert Einstein, and Meryl Streep. They've all admitted to experiencing feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. It's a universal human experience, and none of us are alone in this struggle. See, recognizing imposter syndrome is the first step towards overcoming it. We must understand our thoughts and our fears, and remember, they do not define our worth. Our accomplishments are the result of our hard work, our talent, and our perseverance. Embracing our successes, no matter how small, allows us to build confidence and silence that voice of self doubt. Support systems are crucial in combating imposter syndrome. Surrounding ourselves with positive, uplifting people who believe in us can challenge our negative self perceptions. Seek out mentors and role models who have faced similar struggles and have overcome them. Share your feelings with trusted friends and family members who can often reassure from their perspective. Moreover, it's essential to practice self compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would treat a friend that's going through a difficult time. Celebrate your wins and your accomplishments, no matter how big or small, and acknowledge that you deserve your achievements. So, going back to me realizing that I also suffered from this. See, in 2018, I was asked to take the stage for the very first time at a mortgage conference. I almost chickened out until someone pushed me pretty much into doing it, and I will forever be grateful for that individual. See, my first thought was, why would anyone want to listen to me? What do I have to say, or what value do I provide to others? You see all of these awards behind me. And yes, I've made huge accomplishments in my career, and I'm thankful and grateful for each and every one of them. But if you were to put me on a stage right now and read a bio of my accomplishments, I would literally almost crawl up in a ball and feel like, why would anyone care? Maybe it was just being in the right time at the right place. Maybe it was just the fact that I outworked everyone. I'm not as talented, as smart, or as qualified. These thoughts run through my brain even today after a 30-year career, successful career in the mortgage industry. See, it's up to us to control those thoughts. And it's up to us to realize every single one of us is a unique individual. I know that some of the strengths that I have, others do not. Maybe they're only mediocre, or maybe that's not their talent at all. And vice versa. There's things that other people are very, very good at that I have zero talent in. I've come to a place in my life that I realize that when I lean into my strengths, which ultimately is building relationships, building strategy, and executing on it by bringing everyone together for an overall mission, I can make magic happen. And not only for myself, but for all those other people. And when I realized that that's my true mission is making other people feel their best and bringing out all of their unique and special talents, skills, and strengths. I challenge you to think about, what is your magic? What is it that you possess that you can bring to the world to make that magic happen? Because I promise you have it, and no one else will be quite like you. Wishing you a wonderful Wednesday, a fantastic week, and always remember, you have a purpose in this life. Keep shining brightly, my friends, because you are absolutely amazing. See you all soon.